Hey guys, I'm Brianna Robinson, and today for Recipes Test-tober, I am going to be making Laura in the Kitchen's Dutch oven bread, and I will leave that link down in the description below. Honestly, this is one I've made before several times. I love this recipe. I'm showing you because I've got a lot of soups going on here, especially in the fall and winter months. We make a lot of soup, and we love this bread with it. This one is just perfect. It's her alternative take on sourdough. It's easy, it's vegan, it takes very minimal ingredients. It does take a lot of time. So going into this, know that you're gonna need to plan ahead. I wanna share it with you guys because it's so good. And it's kind of underrated because it's delicious and I love it. So I'm just gonna go over the recipe and show you guys how it's made. And at the end of the video, I'll give a review and let you know if it's love at first bite. So if you wanna see how this recipe turns out, just keep watching and I'll get testing. First, I got going on getting my yeast mixture all ready to rise, and this does need a little bit less yeast than the packages, so go and check the ingredients amounts in the description to get that. But then I added some sugar and just let my yeast bloom, and then I got my big bowl with my bread flour, and then I added in some salt and mixed that thoroughly together before I added in my yeast mixture, and then I mixed it. And so at first you're going to put it in and think, wow, that's way too much water, I need to add more. Don't. And then you're going to keep mixing and think, wow, I don't have enough water. Trust me, the amounts are right. It'll go from being really dry to kind of shaggy. And when you keep mixing, it'll get really, really sticky. So you're going to need a very sturdy spoon to keep mixing this together. And you just want to mix until as much flour is in there as possible. If a little is stuck to the sides, don't stress about it. I mean, it's just bread. But once it was all mixed, I got some all-purpose flour and put my dough onto it. And I didn't really knead it. I just kind of gathered it together into a prettier looking ball, even though that's really not necessary. Freaking glove hands. Look at that. Dough hands. And then I put it in the same bowl that I mixed it in, no oil or anything. And you want to make sure a couple of things I've learned from making this so much. One, you want to make sure that your plastic wrap is completely sealed. This won't work very well with like a paper towel covering it. And two, you want to put it in a draft-free place. I put it in my microwave with my microwave turned off for 18 hours. So plan ahead. I usually make this like the evening before. And yeah, but that's it. You just want to leave it and let it go. And then the next day, I preheated my Dutch oven with a lid with the oven. You got to make sure that's nice and hot. And I got my bubbly, wiggly dough, and you want to take the plastic wrap off really quick because it gets very condensated. So be careful of that. And so I got the dough and scraped as much of it out on my counter with some all-purpose flour. You really want to get that all off on there because it's going to be really, really sticky. Then I put a little bit more flour on just to make it more kind of rustic looking when it bakes. And then I got my smoking hot Dutch oven, no oil in there, plopped it in there, and see, it's still really sticky. I put the lid on and baked it for the first 30 minutes, and then I took the lid off and finished baking it until it looked like this. It's super golden and beautiful, and listen to this crust. And then I just put some butter on it to give it a taste. Alrighty, this bread is done. It's all buttered up. I'm gonna give it a taste and let you know if it's love at first bite. Is there anything better than freshly baked bread? I really can't think of anything else because this is like the perfect crust. It's still crunchy and chewy, but it's not like rock hard. So you can still sink your teeth into it and still have that crispy effect without hurting your teeth. The inside is really fluffy and soft, but it still has a really good chew to it. This whole bread, like the mouthfeel, like the mouth experience in it, it's just phenomenal. It kind of has a very mild sourdough taste, but very, very light. So people who don't like sourdough will still like this bread. But I think that the process for this is really super easy. I love that it's just kind of like, you know, mix, let it go for a while, bake it. I do think that it's worthy to buy the bread flour to make this. I have never made it with all-purpose, so I don't know how it would turn out, but I do know that it won't be as like holy, but I still think that it would turn out okay. I just think that the bread flour is worth it. But no, this is really good. I think that if you love like Italian bread or French bread or anything else like that with like pasta or anything, this is one that I think that you should give it a shot because it's just so delicious and it's so easy and it just makes your house smell good. I mean, it's just like a win-win-win-win-win all around. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your time watching this recipe for Recipes Test-tober. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it and don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and I will see you guys with my next recipe. Bye. If I keep eating, I'm gonna have to edit this out.